This activity is called Climb the Ladder. It's a great throwing game which you can make harder and easier for yourself as you go. With the starting line, and then a number of targets that work further and further away from you. I've used t-shirts, and then at the very end I've used a bucket for my final target. To play, starting on your starting line, you have to try and aim and hit the first target. If you hit the first target, you just go and aim for the second target. If you hit the second target, you get to aim for the third target, and you keep working your way up until you get to the very top of the ladder. If you miss a target, you stay on that level. So for example, I was aiming for my third target, I missed, I can't move on to the next target until I've hit that one. I've used different coloured t-shirts so that'll help me remember what target I was on at the time. So I aim to go for the third target, hit it, and now I'll move on to my next one. I want to see how many throws or how few throws you can do this before you reach the very last one. See if you can do it, so you only hit one target, you only have one throw for every target if you can. Have a go, count how many throws it takes you to get all the way to the end, and then have a second go and try and beat it. Feel free to challenge someone else in your house to see if you can do it in as few throws as they do. Good luck. Hi everyone, the next activity is called In the Box. It's a simple throwing game which you can make as hard or easy for yourself as you like. All you need to do is set up a number of boxes away from the starting point. To throw, you can either use a pair of rolled up socks, which is what I'm going to use because it stops them bouncing out, or you can also obviously use a ball, or if you've got bean bags, that'd be great. To start off, to help you aim, have your non-throwing hand pointing at whatever box you are aiming for. That is roughly where you need to let go of your sock or your ball to help it land in the box. So if I'm going for the closest one, that'll be 1 point. If I go for my second one, that'll be 2 points. And if I manage to get into the third one, that'll be 3 points. I now know for next time if I want to go for the third one, I'd have to throw it a little bit harder. So I'll go. Not quite hard enough again. So for this activity, I want you to think about if you've missed a box, how can you change your throw to make it more accurate to hopefully go in for the next time. Keep practicing, see how many points you can get, then try and beat it a second time. To make it harder for yourself, you can move the boxes further away from your starting point, or you can make your boxes smaller. Give it a best go. The next activity is Space Monsters. It's going to be a skill of bouncing the ball or dribbling with your hand to get from one start point across to the other. In between your start points, you're going to place lots of different objects. At home you could use teddy bears, t-shirts, boxes, and so on. You're also going to need, obviously, a ball that bounces. A few little tips and teaching points for this. When you're bouncing the ball, you don't want the ball to come higher than your waist. So when you're pushing the ball down, make sure your hand's here, ready to stop the ball going past your waist. It'll help you be in control of the ball a bit more. Also as well, you don't want the ball too far away from your body, so it still shows that you're in control. We are going to use our fingertips to help flip the ball down, rather than use the palm of our hand to slap it down. Okay? If you use your fingertips, you're in more control. Start off, go fairly slowly, through whilst you get the technique right, and then as you get better, you can speed yourselves out. Other ways to make this harder is add more objects on the floor to make it harder to get through. You can make your starts and finish points further away, or if you want to make it easier, have less objects and make your start and finish points a bit closer together. I'm going to do a little demonstration. So before I start, I'm going to try and plan my route of where I want to go. So go slowly, across to the other side, that's 1 point. Try to get back across. That'll be 2 points. Now, if I bounce the ball and it hits an object, or one of the space monsters get a point. If I make it all the way across, without touching anything, so I ever try and get across, I get a point. First person to get to 5 points wins. A few more little tips to this as well. If you're struggling to bounce it, what you can do is throw the ball down and catch it in your hand and then take a step forward. If you want to challenge yourself more, try and use both hands to dribble it. If you want something kind of in between that, you can use both hands to dribble. And just use 2 hands, swap them over, and so on. Okay? Try and challenge yourself and experiment with using both hands, left hand, right hand, or just throwing and catching. But try and challenge yourself as much as you can.